to the Carb Loaders.
What I was immediately staying in.
That's the start. That's our new start. I like that. We're going to need to pump you full of Sprite before every episode going forward.
I can burp on command.
Next week, someone farts.
Can you burp on command?
Almost.
I've never been a burper.
Actually, to be fair, I can too.
Give us a go, Hammy.
I can't do it on command.
You can do it on command.
He can do it on command unless he's asked to.
There you go.
I've never seen someone get stage fright with a burp before.
There you go.
Just don't force it, or else you'll vomit all over the
No. Well, maybe I won't do it a third time.
Well, that's 34 seconds of podcasting audio that's never been created in history until today.
This cannot stay on.
But we've got some wonderful things.
Keep it in.
No, we're keeping it in. We're keeping it in. That's the greatest start to a
If
episode ever.
one episode started with me talking about a vasectomy,
That's true.
that my boss, I'm pretty sure, made his ringtone.
We've got some more footy stuff coming up. Don't you worry about it.
Yes.
A lot has happened this week, mainly with the ARC.
Yeah.
And, everyone running behind it. Other than that, though, we've also, the AFL released their player rankings, their new updated player rankings. And even as a Collingwood fan, I must say it's disgraceful what they've done. We've got some food rankings coming up as well, where instead of ranking players, we rank something we feel more like we've got the authority to rank, which is eating food at the footy.
Yes.
And then Hamish, you've got some wavelength planned.
I do.
It's
It
going to
was
be
such
pretty
a
good.
hit last week, we thought we'd run it back.
That's right.
Oh, maybe we just ran out of things to do.
Well, since last week, Hamish, do you know what wavelength is yet? Have you figured it out?
Not a clue.
Perfect.
This should be a great segment.
Well, let's start with the ARC. It was a interesting. Hamish, you've been pretty vocal in the group chat about this, so I'm going to let you.
It's funny, we've got GWS North on the TV at the moment. No, not that you can see it or hear it, but yeah,
we can see it. We can't hear it.
Well, funnily enough, it all happened on a Sunday, so I don't know who was on Sunday, but they had an absolute mare at the ARC. It was not good at all. What do we had? We had the St Kilda ARC decided to take a minute and a half off a game because of a mark that was never a mark. And then we had the North Melbourne clearly touched. And then we had the Classic on Monday, the AFL coming out saying, oh, it's never been any better.
I love that. I love that they came out and said, besides the mistakes, the clubs think it's never been in a better state, the umpiring. Yeah. The state of the umpiring has never been in a better state.
Excellent.
I just loved it though. Like 360, they put it up right, and they put up what? Who's the guy that came out? The AFL. We just had AFL. They had that. Yeah. Yes. And then the next bit of footage was Dimmer absolutely losing it at that stand wall. So well done the editing at 360 on that one. Yes. But it's shocking. I don't understand why they decided to. Well, firstly for the ARC to take a minute and a half for them to come up with a decision. Like the ball was already down pretty much on West Coast near the 450.
Yeah, so the one you're talking about is in the West Coast game. Rowan Marshall,
I should say,
he took a mark. They thought was behind the goal line.
It was not controlled before it went over the line.
They thought, well, that was what the on-field call was. They've played on, they've got the ball in. The ARC has reviewed it and said no. It should have been a mark, but by this point, the ball has already been played. The score has been added, things like that. They've gone back and they've undone that. I believe they took the time off. They've done everything. St Kilda's got the goal. It was a mess. Beyond that, though, the whole thing has been a mess. Like even going back a few weeks was at Geelong Adelaide, where they didn't review the one that went out of bounds. Yeah. The last touch out of bounds. And sometimes they review that, sometimes they don't.
I don't.
It's been a bit of a mess.
I'm not happy with it. But in saying that, they did the right thing and they've taken ARC's ability to review calls.
They've taken that ARC's phone off them.
Yeah.
ARC's been grounded.
Well, they only did that because of Ben Keys 2 years ago. Like the ability
that was a stinker, to be fair.
that goal ump, I don't think I've actually seen him after that.
I think Adelaide have been filthy since, and I feel like they get stitched up every other week with
I mean, Richmond got stitched up majorly Friday night.
Yeah, that was bad. Even as a Collingwood, like as a Richmond hater, I was like, this is pretty rough to watch. Like there was so many things going on.
There was 7 instances where they should have got holding the ball and it ended up being something else.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't a great week for the Arc, but it has been sort of sorted from what I've seen. They've now said that the Arc, once the ball is in play, they can't undo a decision.
can't bring it back.
They have to stop the game before the ball is in play, which I think just makes sense.
Which is the AFL also somewhat admitting that mistakes will happen, and they just have to let it slide.
That. Like, I don't mind. You know, that's part of live sport. Is occasionally something's going to happen that isn't perfect, but you deal with it and you just move on a bit. Like,
unless it's something absolutely like
Ben
blatant.
Keys.
Oh, Ben Keys, where it's so clearly that it was a mistake. I'm willing to live with it. It'll be shit at the time.
Yeah, but are you still willing to live with it if it's a game-changing decision?
Well, this is where the Ben Keys conversation comes in, because if that was a goal, Adelaide would have made finals.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a pretty big doozy of a mistake.
If you're an Adelaide fan, you're not really willing just to live with it.
No. I mean, you got credit in the bank there, Crom fans, with that one.
The only thing about Crom fans I've ever felt bad for.
Yeah.
Never felt bad for Crom outside.
I'll be going for Port and Showdown. Don't you worry.
Oh, wow.
I'll
be supporting Adelaide.
Yeah, to be fair, Adelaide over Port.
I am a low-key Butters fan.
Oh, boy. I've got some strong things to say about Port after our Hawthorns history against them.
If Georgiades had scored that goal.
So, yeah.
Was it Darcy Byrne-Jones?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
Port have come from the clouds.
Yep. And Ken Hinkley flying the plane.
Oh, yes, I forgot about the plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is heavy trauma.
Yes.
Which is a heavy trauma. Yeah.
Yes.
In saying that, I would have loved it if Georgiades had scored the other week.
I would not have. I would not.
I was sitting next to Fletch in the game, and I could see the absolute fear across his face.
I don't blame him. I would probably not be on this podcast right now if he'd kicked that.
Speaking of which, the Arc moments just come up on the TV.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, this is the Giants North touch, was it?
Well, they called it a
I
goal.
didn't watch this game.
They called it a goal, but
They called that a goal.
Yeah, straight away.
It's just hit his fingers and bounced through.
Yeah, so it should have been taken back as touched.
Oh.
Did they do a score review initially?
No,
They just let it slide.
No, it was called a goal and they let it slide. It wasn't until Fox Footy zoomed in.
Just then.
No, but they zoomed it in even more.
Wow. But you could see it.
And you could see his fingers move, yeah.
This must be great to listen to.
Exactly, but that's disgraceful. Like,
I mean, Nathan Buckley was filthy.
Yeah.
You would be.
There's a lot of times when the goal umpire wants a score review. So they'd send it up to have a look, and sometimes they just go, it's the umpire's call, when it should have been.
They would have probably made that. They would have done that as umpire's call, I reckon.
And in there's the umpires made the call.
Yeah.
But especially the Rowan Marshall one, it was completely reversed.
But the point of the Rowan Marshall one was you had two umpires. You had the goal ump and you had the boundary ump. Both of them simultaneously at the same time, no hesitation, said, nah, behind. And then every other player just accepted it and moved on.
Yeah, it's such a tough one because you're going to get it wrong one way or another.
Kick that was, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard
that
Cadman
was-
just kicked one of the
That was a
all-time
brilliant goal
goals.
by Cadman. Yeah. It was probably sealed GWS on that one.
But like, I think with this stuff, you have to just sort of come down to, okay, there's going to be mistakes one way or another.
Yep.
Would we rather we get the wrong call, but slow the game? We get the wrong call, but the game keeps going. We
But
move
the
on, we
AF
trust the umps. Or we have the St Kilda West Coast where we do technically get the right call, but you have to go through all the drama of like, we play 2 minutes and then stop and undo stuff.
Yeah,
like
I was saying to you off camera, Jay, what if a player gets hurt during those 2 minutes? So
Exactly.
Technically, they've been hurt for no reason.
Yeah.
literally
But the AFL are all about wanting to speed
up.
the game up.
Yeah, but
and
they're
yet
not
they're
doing
doing
that.
this.
Yeah, I think just back the players in, back in the boys,
Back the umpires.
back the umpires in. Exactly, we've got. That's
Are we
not-
really saying that after Nick Foot?
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things I like about.
The AFL did back him.
Forgive and forget.
AFL did back him up. No one else did. Butters won't.
That's one of the things. Well, talking about Zach Butters, your golden boy, your new favorite player, and
Is that just because
Whoa, hang on. It will always
heard-
be Collingwood players.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard you say he's your favourite player over Nick Daicos.
I think I heard that as well.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of which, we've got
Well,
the
you said
AFL
you loved butter,
list.
but maybe I think when he was talking about his love for butter, not
That
Butters.
could be it.
No, I don't like butter that much.
You don't like butter.
More of a margarine man.
No, I'll happily take butter over
Sorry,
margarine.
just because as you're a chef, Hamish, can you tell us the difference between margarine and butter?
You wouldn't believe it.
Margarine is like sunflower oil based. Butter's just butter from milk,
Dairy.
like whipped up butter.
So,
milk.
listeners, you do learn something listening to this podcast.
We do learn something.
In saying that, I have seen margarine, and I've seen this do work. Margarine that has milk in it. So
What's the point of it
It very much eliminates the purpose of
Because the whole thing is for people who can't have dairy, like
Yeah.
have margarine.
yeah.
Well, talking about butter and butters, AFL player rankings did come out
Well done, Joe.
this week. Thank you. That's one of the worst segues of all time, but I'll take
well.
it. We'll allow it. And the AFL has released their new top 25 list.
Yeah.
It's never been the best to begin with, and
Why are we doing it so early? It's only 7 rounds in.
well, they do it they update it every 6 weeks or something normally throughout the
okay.
season.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, even as a Collingwood fan, this is blasphemous. They have moved Nick Daicos to be the best player in the league over Marcus Bontempelli.
Who's top 5? Sorry.
So just to give you a quick roundout of the new list, Nick Daicos is now at 1.
Yeah.
Bont is at 2. Heaney's at 3. Zach Butters is down to 4. Heaney and Butters swapped. Cozzy Pickett's up to 5. They've put him as the 5th best player in the
okay.
AFL.
Cozzy Pickett's had good games. Now he's in the midfield.
He's
but-
playing exceptional, but like I always in these things back a good track record, and if you've done it for a while, Cozzy's done it at this level for 7 games.
You know what makes me
compared
mad?
to a Jeremy Cameron who's at 6 or
Yeah. Why is he
something
on
like that?
6?
I would rather trust, or even like a Matt Rao, Noah Anderson, someone like that who's done Max Holmes, Bailey Smith, someone who's
Mac
done it for a
Andrew?
while.
Remember that Saints player that's getting paid $2 million a year? Where's he? Where did he?
He's
end up?
7th, isn't he?
Oh, boy.
Messiah Wangadane Miller? Where's
No,
he,
it's-
buddy?
He's at 7.
He's been disappointing this year.
No,
that's
he
all
has-
I'm gonna
I-
say.
No,
honestly, I don't
he
even
had
know-
a very good game against. I mean, every St Kilda player
It's
had
against
a good
West
game
Coast.
against West
How did he?
Coast,
I don't
but
know how he's got 7. He's gone up somehow.
He should have
from last
been.
year.
He should have been 6. I reckon.
Max Gawn's at 8. I would have had him above Cozzy as well. I just think he's been exceptional.
I'll move Jezza
Grundy
off
as well.
the list.
Noah Anderson's down to 9. He's had a rough start to the year. Hasn't really found his feet.
No.
Caleb Sarong's at 10 for Freo. He's also had a bit of a rough
Wow,
start. to the
that's
year.
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, I would have thought he hasn't.
Anyone else on Freo would have
Yeah,
been better.
Luke Jackson's
Luke
at 11.
Jackson,
I would have
yeah.
had
Okay,
Jackson above him still.
Yeah.
Harris Andrews is
Bolton?
at 12. I would have Harris Andrews well higher. I still
Oh,
think
he's still the
best key defender in the league, and
Yeah.
I still think key defender
He's still
is the
the
most,
league's best interceptor.
and I still think key defender is the most underrated position.
Hmm.
Hugh McCluggage is at 13, which is impressive considering he's played like 3
But
games.
he's bound.
and he's
Yeah, I
done
was going to
nothing
say
in
he's
them.
bouncing in and out of injury.
But I think that's just based off last year alone at this point. Trark's only at 14.
Yeah, I mean, he's missed
Missed a few games, but I'm like,
I mean, first game
considering
back,
like Cozzy's managed to get up to 5,
That's
based on what we've seen, I would have thought he's top 10.
Yeah.
If we're doing it that
where's like
reactionary.
Grundy or Sherry or
This one,
Gawn?
okay, this is also pretty bad. Nick Watson's at 15. 15th best player in the AFL.
Would you say he's lower or higher?
I would say he's lower. I reckon
Really?
He's good, but again,
He's been all Australian form this year.
he's absolutely all Australian. But
He has,
like
yeah.
all Australian small forward, I would put like top 25. Put him as the 15th best player already. If he continues this way for the rest of the year, yeah, that same as Cozzy.
Yeah.
It takes. I would take longer to move someone up into that range. I think 15 is very high already for Nick Watson.
I love my Nick.
Sam Darcy's at 16. I don't know how he's at 16. Like that's just pure potential. Like
Who? Sorry.
Sam Darcy.
I'm sure it will fall now.
It'll fall now with
Like,
Yeah.
like he fell.
Well, he's not here. He's not playing rest of the season.
Yeah.
Josh Tracy, I forget how to
I
pronounce
mean,
his
he's
name.
been,
Tracy,
he's been
yeah.
a freak.
He's
this
been
year.
amazing.
He doesn't drop any marks. So.
Nah.
Bailey Smith's at 18.
Yep, fair
He's
enough.
been pretty good.
Bastard.
Matt Rao's at 19.
Matt Rowell.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
He's played like 2 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he hasn't played much.
Now, I'm guessing again that's based off last year. Like, Max Holmes at 20. I would have him higher than Bailey Smith. I think he's the better Geelong player.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Jordan Dawson's down to 21.
Okay.
I think, yeah, he's had a rough start to the year. Obviously, last couple of weeks have been a bit different, but Phil Thorpe's at 22. I would have him above Sam Darcy. I'd have him possibly even above Josh
He's probably
Tracy.
one of the best tall forwards.
You reckon even with Adelaide's form at the moment though,
Above Sam Darcy.
above Tracy?
Maybe not above Tracy, but I'd have him above Darcy.
Fair enough.
I'd have.
I'm sure that will
I'll go
change in the
Jeremy
next-
Cameron 1 still just because he's got the runs on the board.
Yeah.
Then probably Tracy, Phil Thorpe 2 and 3 tied, and
Fair
then Sam Darcy. Lockie Neal's back up to 23. Errol Goulden's 24, but that'll continue to drop with him not playing.
Yeah.
And Chad Warner's at 25. I don't rate Chad Warner at all. I just
Nah.
think he's too hit or miss for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
I thought I'd see more Sydney players on that list.
That's actually kind of true, yeah. Well, who else could have?
Grundy.
Yeah, Grundy's probably a pretty big miss.
Yeah.
I would have thought Grundy's huge.
Kerno.
Yeah, he's only really had one good game, and that was last
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
Kicked 7 and
Well, a couple ones I want. I think I have to admit, Nick Daicos shouldn't be number one.
I still think Bond.
Bond is still the better player.
Yeah.
Though I did see he's averaging 37 touches a game.
exactly. And hasn't Bont missed a game?
Bont
Well, no,
didn't-
he didn't.
No,
he
he
had
just
a-
had a bad game when he got
Yeah,
tagged out of it. But okay, one game compared to like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I just think Bond's still a more damaging player than Nick is. If Bond was at Collingwood, he would get 37 touches. But
Yeah.
there's a lot more, or the ball has to go to a lot more players at Doggies than it does at Collingwood.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, a couple other players I thought
Where's Dan Houston?
nowhere near the top 25.
Shut up.
not in the top 100 at the moment.
No,
honestly.
no. If he plays well tomorrow night,
I think Billy Frampton should be up there for this year's play. he's improved
I'll give him that.
as a non-Collingwood
as an
fan.
interceptor, yeah.
I will say, I wish some defenders got a bit more luck, bit more love in general. Cal Wilkie from St Kilda.
Oscar Steen.
Nice.
Shut up.
No, I think defenders in general should have got a bit more love than they did. Ben King as well, probably a bit stiff.
He hasn't-
Leading the Coleman at the moment, 26 goals.
Yeah.
Jack Gunston, I thought he could have got a bit of love.
My glorious king.
Will Day
Will Day would have,
would have if healthy, but he's just never healthy.
He's back
He's-
in 4 or 5 weeks.
He's not going to make it on the list, but it's someone that is somewhat improved. And I know we make jokes about him, but Marby or Chol.
He has been better.
I mean, it doesn't help he's been injured for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. But
so you
before
sort of
that,
forget how bad he did before.
like
he got
on well, even Mitch Lewis, you can throw in this conversation.
Mitch Lewis has had a great resurgence this year. I'm really pleased to see his confidence.
Give us a
and
bit of
his-
Hawk talk for 2 minutes.
Yeah, go on.
What are your thoughts on
Okay,
Hawk
put
start to
Fletch
the
on the
year?
mic as well.
Yeah, Fletch, you take my
Fletch.
mic. My mic is going through a chair. Never mind.
Or you can
Take Hamish's mic.
take mine. Sorry for the noise, listeners.
All right, give us Hawk talk for the next 2 minutes.
It's both Lewis and Koshadir being out of contract this year does slightly concern me.
Yes, but how they have been
Excellent.
in what they've
In the
shown us
limited
this year
time.
so far,
Yeah.
it's promising for
I
what
really like
What
Mitch
happened?
Lewis's sort of when he's up in the midfield. He's obviously his kicking accuracy out to forward is superb, and being the taller guy he's marking everything, and his set shots have been obviously probably second to Gunston on the team. So I think it's a major help having him in the side again, and hopefully he can stay healthy for the rest of the year. If we re-sign him, that would be excellent. If he goes to Collingwood, I will kill Hamish and Jay.
That's only if we don't get Ben King.
Yeah. You're not getting Ben King, surely not. If you do, then
We've got the
I
salary.
reckon, I'm not even trying to be like glazing right now. I think we've got the money and we have the desperate need for a key forward, and we'll overpay for him more than other clubs will.
what would you give him contract?
One
wise?
and a half.
1.5 to 2 for
How many years?
6+.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to give him.
How old is he?
27, I think.
Yeah, and he's
20
also
25 turning 26, so I think he turns 27 during next year's season. So
Okay.
He's
I'd
also
pay him
said
till
he
he's
wants
33 and 33, 34, and I'd pay him if we could pay him like 1.8 mil, but then have it go down over time, like as he gets older, like start on the higher end. I'd be fine with that.
I feel like other clubs as well. They're wanting probably to go after Butters as opposed to a tall forward.
like
so we
But-
might not have the competition.
Teams that have money are going after Butters or Zach Bailey, I think, over Ben King.
I don't think anyone's struggling for forwards as much as Collingwood.
Actually,
That's
Hawthorn, they're looking at Zach Bailey, aren't they? Or Bailey Humphrey?
Well, Bailey Humphrey, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think everyone else is going after the midfielders, not.
Yeah, I think that's always most teams' priorities is improving their midfield more than their forward line.
But I think Collingwood we need a forward.
You would take anyone at this
We
point.
can't. I could play full forward.
Yeah,
I
you
reckon and
probably-
possibly do better than
What
Tim Membry.
I'm slightly worried about is
Get better than Tim Membry.
Jack Buller might be coming in for Membry.
Like that's the issue. Is we're currently discussing: do we want Tim Membry or Jack Buller? Like we just need that.
what
Can't be
happened to Collingwood?
if we're trying to win a final. Like how can that be the conversation we're having?
Now, our biggest mistake was that we got rid of Mycheck.
Yes. Well,
Well, no,
and
actually,
Cox.
I don't think getting rid of Mycheck was a mistake because Melbourne offered him. We would have had to give him 3 years, and I think in 3 years' time, the amount of money they're paying him will look like a bad decision. I'm happy the amount of money they gave him and the length of the contract. I think it will age poorly, that contract. And if we do get Ben King, I'm happy to take a gap year.
Well, we got
to
rid
get
of
the Ben
we
King.
got rid of Mycheck.
Or even
and
I'd rather
Cox
get a Mitch Lewis.
in the same year.
Yeah.
Like getting rid of 2 tools.
Yeah, I think
stupid.
I think it was just your timing that was bad. Eventually, you're going to have to. Do
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think doing both. I think we should have moved on from one of them the year before, honestly,
correct.
and then I'd made the cap space. But we just would. We got too gung ho off of one premiership.
Well, what
and
I'm
we thought
slightly
we could win
worried
it all.
about is Gold Coast have offered Ben King 2 years.
I don't think he'll take that. I think even if Collingwood don't get him, I think like a Geelong or someone will offer him the money. I don't know how
Speaking of
Geelong's got
Geelong,
the money.
If they get
How is
They can't.
no? Speaking
Surely
of Geelong, how are they in the hunt for Zach Butters?
Cotton on, and just a ton of cash.
But where's the salary cap?
Don't
Cotton
know.
on.
They're
It's cotton on.
cheaters, and they were found out, and they didn't get penalised for it.
I
don't
know,
get it. And
but
everyone's like,
yeah,
oh.
they haven't learned, have they?
Oh, live and learn. What's the issue? Is they've got like the last 9 best free agents have all gone there.
But imagine that midfield of Bailey Smith, Butters, Tanner Bruin,
Max Holmes,
Max Holmes,
Atkins. They've got
Blitzarves.
yeah, they've got all the taggers as well. Like, and then you're kicking down to Cameron and Henry, Shannon Neal.
Ollie Henry, who is a snake.
Which Henry did I say? I think I said the wrong Henry. Ollie Henry was the one I meant. But yeah, I don't get it how they could ever.
I don't get it. I mean, Fletcher's closest to us from Geelong. I mean, and you hate them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an
Just
entire.
considering the fact that his employees are probably all Geelong fans at the moment for making his public statements.
No, hate his lot.
Oh,
No, it's a lie.
It's an understatement.
despise.
Yeah.
Is that a better
No.
word?
Loathe.
No.
Loathe.
I don't think there's a
All of
word.
it, all of it's
You want to see Cardenio burning?
yeah.
Either way, Fletch could probably do an entire podcast himself just speaking.
I reckon if we just put you in a mic and
That's a-
you said your topic is Geelong, I reckon
I want to hear the
get
Fletch
good 40
talk
minutes.
on.
We would get unhinged Fletch.
It's a beautiful town.
Is it? It's a.
It's old.
That football club ruins.
Yeah, look.
Look, I mean, look, it'd be great if Geelong sat down in the bottom 8 for a while,
That's never going to happen, though.
Never.
but
gonna-
no, it won't happen.
Cotton On won't allow it.
No.
Now,
Moving on, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
we are the carb loaders. We talk footy, but we also talk food because, well,
We're fat.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We ordered 75 hard and we've lost all our gains.
Correct.
Yes. We're back to 0.
Yes.
But we were discussing last night, just in the group chat, we were talking about foods we like to eat at the footy.
Yep.
And we discovered that we're all quite passionate about this. So we're
We
not
actually
going
are,
to
yeah.
bring our rankings. We're going to live create a rankings.
The ultimate food to eat at the football,
Exactly.
essentially.
Yeah. All right, who wants
Couldn't
to
have
start?
said it better myself.
Now, there's a few things to consider when eating foods at the football.
Yes.
You want messability, how messy
Yeah.
it is. So you don't want crumbs all over you. You don't
Agreed.
want sticky
So meat
fingers,
pies and sausage rolls are out straight away.
pretty much because they're flaky, and if you spill the meat down your shirt, you're having a bad time.
Meat pie is okay if you can eat it in the packet,
Yes.
but you have to be really smart about it.
Even so.
No, I had one the other week, and I managed. It's fine.
Oh, good on
it's a bit of finesse behind it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely better foods.
No.
Agreed.
Jay, you like chips at the footy?
I don't mind the chips.
I don't think I've ever seen you not eat chips at the footy.
Well, I don't think you've ever seen me not eat chips anywhere.
Just full
Yeah,
stop.
that's
Full stop. Yeah, that's true.
That's true, yeah.
I would like to put it out there though. My rule: any food, any snack must be accompanied with a drink. I am big on this. I would, if I'm going to the movies, I'd rather drink and no popcorn than popcorn and no
See,
drink.
I'm the same for you, but with sauce. Like chips always has to have the sauce.
Yeah,
with
you're a
it.
slut for sauce, aren't
Yeah,
I do like my sauce.
you? Yeah.
sauce. I just find it too sticky and too messy sometimes.
Yeah,
Depends on what it is.
that's nothing is worse than having being knuckle deep in tomato sauce at the footy. Because
Yeah.
I can one up you on that. Mustard. It actually stains your fingers.
We spoke about this.
Not
last
with
week.
chips, like with a hot dog or something.
Okay. Yeah.
I cannot handle sticky hands. I'm not sure if you've ever noticed this about me, but like,
You should see me at Costco with the hot dogs.
oh, I love a Costco hot dog. You're getting me distracted, Hamish. I have.
Can I give a shout out to
Go on.
Wonder Pies?
Ooh.
Where were they from?
They're a Brunswick company,
Okay.
but we have them. I think they're Brunswick, but we have them at the golf club.
Mm-hmm.
Fletch works at OACV Torquay, by the way.
They are beautiful meat pies, beautiful sausage rolls, and they actually have them, I think, in the Paddock Cafe at the MCG.
Wow.
So
Where's that?
You can level 1 of the Olympic stand.
All
So
right.
you can get these pies and sausage rolls, and I reckon.
Are they at Cardinia?
I'm going to the footy tomorrow. I might be getting one of these
Yeah,
pies.
my God.
Oh yeah, I might have to as well.
All
yeah.
right. I'm down.
And they had them at the Australian Open this year. Which
Okay.
I noticed as well.
Oh, let me guess. They were $30.
They're $10 each.
Oh my god.
Oh my
we
goodness.
sell them for $8.
Okay. Well, I
Oh,
think,
$2 discount.
so Jay, the problem with your chips is like sort of similar to the pies. They get very crummy. And
Yeah.
all over
And
your fingers.
I just don't want to. I cannot handle having my
I feel
hands-
like
if I'm
chips, though, they're not gonna
like,
be
to the
that
point.
bad.
When I'm making eggs in the morning, I'll crack one egg into the pan and then go and wash my hands
gotcha.
between each egg because I
gotcha.
can't handle having my
Yeah.
hands. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse.
Everyone's
I'll
called me
give
a
you that, I'll
weirdo
give
for
you
that.
that.
Like,
No, always.
if I'm eating food at a restaurant, if I get any on my hands, I have to go wash my hands
Yeah.
at the bathroom before I can come back.
No,
up.
I'll give you that. I'll give
I'm
you
not
that.
washing
yeah.
my hands, but I'm wiping them on a tea towel.
Oh, I'll have like 4 serviettes every time I'm
yeah.
eating. Just
Actually, I remember like cooking in the kitchens. If I was making dough or something,
Yeah.
in the sticky fingers.
oh, that makes
That
me feel,
freaks me out. So here's my contribution is I've always grown up going to the footy with lollies.
Yep.
That's me and my father
Yeah.
always shared. So lolly snacks, I think that's my perfect snack.
I do like a lolly snake.
See, chocolate. A lolly with a lolly that's got chocolate around it. Being a Kiwi, pineapple lumps, peanut slab.
You see, the problem with that is it then melts and gets to your fingers.
No, but you just eat it quickly.
Then you lick your finger. That's no.
No, the only chocolate I will allow, say, well, if chocolate's depends on the day. If it's like a Thursday night, middle of winter, yeah, you can afford chocolate. If we're going like middle of Saturday day
yeah,
game,
Yeah.
no,
That's
a pods though. Pods,
Yeah.
pods I'll allow.
So
Mars
if we have to do a top 3, pods are on that list.
Pods
Yeah.
are on the list definitely.
Okay.
This is just snacks we're
Mars,
talking at the moment.
Mars flavor.
I'm more of a Snickers man.
Nah, I don't eat peanuts. So.
Anyway, Jay.
Thank you.
Okay, so pods are on the list. Are
Yeah.
we putting snakes on the list?
Yeah, I can live with that.
What sort of snakes are we talking?
Yeah.
Like the multi-flavor ones?
Are we talking killer pythons that are not as big as they used to be?
Yes, they're not, are they?
No.
No, I was talking about the server the other day.
Inflation.
They were
Yeah, I
fucking
bought
tiny.
a pack the other day, finished them off, and they went very quickly because they aren't as big as they
Oh,
used
I'm
to
talking like the one
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah,
from
yeah,
like
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
the
These are
dairy.
like
tiny.
like an all-day sort of vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, you could honestly
Best
an hour.
moments in junior footy.
Are the killer pythons, the Allen's one, they taste different to normal Allen snakes?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like that tastes
agreed.
better.
They're more like saturated.
Yeah, I like
almost
them
the
more.
Yeah,
flavour.
it's more sugar.
They're punchier.
Is there? Can we
Probably.
Can we prove that somehow?
I don't know.
There probably is.
Yeah.
No, we can.
Okay, so let's just say killer python snakes.
Sugar makes anything
Yep,
taste
Go on the
better.
list. Now we need the third one.
For the snack,
Snack.
Are we going to talk a savoury snack on this one? We've got two sweet
can I
ones.
throw out a bit of a curveball?
Go for it.
If you're buying it at the footy, the Milo cup of ice cream
Ooh,
is
at the cricket.
at the cricket or at the footy. There is very few
I feel
things
like
better
10
than a Milo
degrees,
cup.
middle of winter.
I don't care. I'm still having a Milo.
That's the thing. I see so many kids have a Milo cup at the footy when it's 10 degrees. I'm like, what are you doing? And they're in shorts and a singlet and a footy jumper. Like, are you not
that,
cold?
that was 10-year-old Jay.
That's crazy.
I used to be in a singlet and shorts all year round, no matter what the weather.
Wow.
Yep.
You're a madman. Actually, to be fair, sometimes I'll wear shorts.
Now I'm in hoodie and the shorts
Yeah.
all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've evolved.
Yeah.
So is that the top 3 list then?
No, I don't think Milo. I think it's too weather dependent to be
So
in
what,
the top
what,
3.
what is the third?
Do we
and
go with a
final?
hot snack?
Chips?
Chips,
hot
yeah,
chips
it's
are pretty
the-
good.
Can't go wrong.
Nachos?
Hot chips are more the side to the main. Like they're a
Yeah.
main side. They're not a snack.
Actually, we had the brisket burger. Remember?
That was messy, but nice.
That was messy, but
That's
yeah.
the problem. You can't have
Can't
a
have
mess.
a messy burger. Yeah, my pants are still
Exactly.
recovering from that.
Anyone who's got white on their jumper.
Yeah, agree. Every single one of my Collingwood jerseys has
Exactly.
a ketchup mark on one of the white lines at some point.
Exactly.
Dim Sims for a snack at the footy.
Potato cakes?
From like a hunky dory or
If there's
something.
soy sauce though,
I'm having
dangerous territory.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not going soy
expensive, though,
sauce.
hunky dory there.
I don't care, but they're so good.
I don't think I've ever had hunky dory at the footy.
Hunky
No,
dory at Marvel,
no.
they're
It's
Dim
at Marvel,
Sims
yeah.
slap.
Oh well, it's Marvel.
No,
That's why I don't go there.
It was expensive. It could, like a couple of potato cakes, a couple of dim sims.
I also just feel like
And a
that's the
drink was
most
almost
local-
$20.
That just takes me back to local footy having a dim sim.
It is.
Oh yeah, having a dimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm the biggest steamed dim sim advocate.
Are we steamed? Are we steamed or fried?
Fried over steamed every day.
I'm steamed.
I was steamed because my mum wouldn't get fired. She said it was too unhealthy.
Well, to be fair, she's not wrong.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
However, a Batter Dimmy or a South Melbourne Dimmy has my heart. I would
Here's a fact for you.
would do
I've never
anything.
had a South Melbourne dimmy.
really.
No.
What's a South Melbourne dimmy?
It's like
It's at South Melbourne Market.
no,
Okay.
not that. Well, it originated there.
Yeah,
but it's just a dimmy that's battered and then fried, and I think maybe fried again.
Oh, I've never had
Double
one.
fried.
You've got your average size dimmy. It's probably 1.5 times bigger.
Okay.
And oh my god! And you put some chicken salt on that.
Oh,
Double-
with a bit of chicken salt.
Double the cholesterol.
I've never had a South Melbourne. Okay, we need a.
How? Fletch,
I've had
have you had
regular
a South
fried.
Melbourne dimmy before? What are you?
You
what-
never had one.
Guys, we are the carb loaders. And
Hang
none
on.
of you
All
have
right,
had a
okay,
South
we're,
Hang on,
we're
what about-
finding time to get those this weekend.
Fish and
though.
chips. The fish and chip shops, do they have them?
Nah.
Yeah, they do. My local does.
They do?
Yeah.
I'll have to see if that whole
Oh my
fish and
god!
chips.
This is groundbreaking. I can't believe no one.
Yeah, no,
I
I've
mean,
never
yeah,
had one of those.
traditional-
Okay,
traditional
I'm finding
dimmies,
one and
yeah.
getting one this week.
Did so many places, most fish and chip shops, or just any
I don't think my local
place
does it.
has them.
I need to
Oh,
find it.
have to ask.
yeah, I'll have a look if that
Near,
might be tonight's dinner.
Near my work, my factory for work, there's a
Sam's had a stroke.
there's a few cafes around because it's in the industrial
Yeah.
sort of park
Sounds
of,
a bit right.
of Hallam.
Really?
And there's a cafe that a lot of tradies and truckies stop at, and they oh my days, they do the best South Melbourne dimmies for like $2 each as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've spent many mornings getting those and a Red Bull, and then eating myself half an hour later.
Here's something for this: jam donuts.
Nah, too
much?
dangerous.
No,
Too dangerous. If it opens on the bottom, it's all over the
Yeah.
And
jersey.
then it's hot, sticky
Yes.
jam all over you, day ruined.
I
Sure.
like getting one on the way home from the footy. As you
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
not
I've
bad.
ever got one from the footy, to be honest.
They are good at the footy.
I've been
They
awfully
are,
to
yeah.
try one.
After a win, 10:30 at night,
Yeah.
Saturday
Outside the
night,
MCG.
outside the MCG at the little stadium.
and
Oh.
they have ones filled with like Nutella and
Yeah, and you get a
caramel.
pack of those for the trip home on the. Oh,
Now we're talking.
heavenly.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
So is
Yeah.
that is it,
If Pies win, ooh.
So what are we putting at third then?
do we never came up?
Dimmies,
No.
hot chips.
It might just have to be chips, you know.
I think hot chips, but they're more of a side. They're not a snack.
Is that not the
Nachos.
same thing?
But like they're a side to. They're the main dish. Like I'm not going.
What about a
like,
hot dog?
Okay, halftime I'm going to get my dinner.
Yeah.
I'm getting my hot dog or I'm getting my chicken strips or whatever
Yeah.
with chips. But when I'm going at 3/4 time to get my snacks, I'm going to get.
You're not getting chips.
I'm getting like normal potato chips. I'm not getting hot fries.
Really?
Those
Oh,
sorts of-
well,
Isn't there a place that sells gluten-free donuts?
yeah, they're actually not that bad,
they're good.
and they're really good. Those donuts.
They visit the Bunnings in Torquay sometimes.
Oh boy. Fletcher's reminiscing over in the corner.
So what? So instead of
Okay.
doing sausage sizzle, they have gluten-free
They do
donuts.
both.
Oh,
It's awesome.
oh boy.
I reckon we say hot chips is number 3.
okay. I think we're out of
enough.
redundancy.
They're too safe.
They're too
Yeah.
good. All right.
I reckon next time we have to do best meals at the footy because
Yeah.
I'm interested to get into the hot dog versus the chicken. I have a thing against those chicken tendies. It's just overpriced.
Okay.
They're not that nice.
We could discuss that next week. Excellent. All
Anyway,
right.
moving on.
Hammy, do you have wavelength set up?
I do have wavelength set up. Right. So if you didn't listen last week, sucked in. Right. I'm not going to explain to you again how this works, but
Is that because you don't fully remember how
yeah,
it
I mean, look,
works?
that's more of an invite to say, hey, if someone wants to explain the book.
All right, I'll explain it quickly. So essentially, wavelength is the presenter, so Hamish in this case, will have picked a number between 1 and 10, 1 being bad. No, sorry, 0 and 10. 0 being bad, shocking, 10 being the best, 10 out of 10, very good, very nice. Now, he's thinking of a number, and he's going to
I have got a number, but I don't.
He's going to list things that he
Don't look.
associates with that number.
I'm on the other side of the room.
So last
More
week,
mini Fletch.
last week I had 8, so I said John Newcomb because I subjectively think John Newcomb is an 8 out of 10 footy player.
I think that's good.
Speaking of numbers, quickly, Pendle's getting the gold 10
I'm not a fan.
on his
I'm a
Whopper
fan.
burger. I like it.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
Like,
I like
even if it wasn't a Collingwood player, I'd be a fan, honestly.
No,
No, but this is a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, I know, but purely because I'm so traditional with not changing things in footy.
Yeah, valid.
Leave
For
it
someone
alone.
who's played 437 games,
I would
Look,
just
he
like
deserves it, definitely.
I would just like to put it out there that why is this what it takes for Collingwood to do anything other than their regular jersey? Could we
Yeah.
not have done a gold jersey at some
Yeah.
other point? Like,
Although-
we discussed this a
But
couple
then the
weeks ago. We
AFL
have the
would probably
most
say no.
boring jerseys
Yeah.
of all time.
I also do think it will be very cool for whatever lucky collector does get to purchase.
I think they're going to sell them, not like as a thing, and I am buying one.
I reckon,
as my new
I reckon
jersey.
Pendles will get his own. Like he won't sell it.
Yeah, I don't think Pendles is buying one off the rack. I reckon
No.
But I'm planning.
so
No,
do
but
you
the one
reckon-
he wears.
Do you reckon he's keeping the match worn?
I reckon they'll
Yeah.
give like I reckon there'll be about
But
five
that's just a
match
pure
ones.
memory form.
He'll change every quarter.
so that they get
Yeah.
more.
That's true.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
I'm
sorry.
planning on buying one.
Anyway.
Definitely.
Anyway,
Wait,
wait.
wait.
All right, so this is my first one. Hang on. First thing, not footy related, but Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. All right. I've already got a number.
Take of that whatever you want. If you want to be more specific, Sydney Sweeney in the latest series of Euphoria.
Oh, goodness.
Twilight footy.
All right.
Pies winning by 1 point
Well, that's very subjective. All right. Yep.
and hard sun kissed on tap.
Speak to me, baby.
Right, I've got the number. I'm not gonna.
Hamish, you confuse me, man.
What do you mean?
Because Collingwood winning by a point for me means nothing.
But well, it's subjective.
Well, I'm
to be
talking
fair.
about it for me.
Okay.
I'd give that a 10. I'm guessing.
You got 10.
Pace of Collingwood, and this is Hamish's rankings.
I'm
to be fair.
literally talking like final siren
Okay.
goes.
I'm gonna say 9 then.
I'm going
Ooh.
10.
You did just mention Scott Pendlebury's gold 10.
That was actually not related.
I will go number 10. I'll go 10.
Sam wins.
Was it a 9?
It's a 9.
What's better than Collingwood winning by a point after the siren?
Collingwood winning by 100 against Hawthorn.
No way that's better. I'd much rather a 1 point win than a 100-point win.
No, but
All right, quick poll. Who would rather a 1 point win than a 100-point win?
I think it depends.
no, I'll take that back actually.
Like
Maybe I should
how
make that 10.
how Hawthorn beat Geelong on Easter Monday. I
That's-
would,
That was 10.
out of pure excitement, and probably been one of the best games I've been to in the last 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
That was
I'd
10.
rather- I think I'd rather a 1 point win than a 100.
Because a 100-point win is like, it's exciting if you're a fan of the club, but like if you're not, it's sort of like,
I mean, if you're
Like,
West
I
Coast,
think-
they're used to
okay,
it.
Yeah.
be for real. Would you rather rewatch the Collingwood Brizzy grand final, the one which
Yeah.
was like 4 points, whatever, or either of the Brisbane wins the last 2 years where it's a blowout? Like it's just so much
Fair
more
enough.
interesting.
Fair enough.
Anyway, next one. 2 footy games on a Friday night.
Okay.
Frankston Station after 11 p.m. Watching Essendon West Coast.
Oh,
Kane Corn saying anything.
that's a good. I'll give you that. I'm gonna guess this might be a 1.
I was gonna say a 2.
I'll go 1.
Oh, Sam wins again.
Oh,
Yeah,
Will
2.
they?
I'll just also like to put out there. I would put West Coast Essendon as like a 4 overall game because I think it's
No,
going to
but
be
they're
really bad, but it's going to be funny.
Cellar
bad.
dwellers.
Pardon?
Cellar dwellers.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree with Jay though. It's bad, but it's entertainingly bad.
Yes. Although that's what I thought last year before Richmond Essendon,
That is
and that
true.
was just
That was
was
that
just
was
the worst
entertainment just because it was bad.
Yeah.
no, but it wasn't even entertainment after the first year. It was just
I mean,
bad.
watching Tom Lynch miss every set shot was
That
funny.
was hilarious.
Richmond Carlton, yes, that's true. That was entertainment.
Anyway,
All right, so last one.
okay.
Meat pies. Faux Pro pizzas. Marvel Stadium. Channel 7 footy coverage.
Oh, I'm sitting at like a 6.
I was starting high and then you went downhill.
What was the first one? Go.
First one was
Meat pies.
Meat pies.
Any specific or just the average meat?
Just your
420?
4 and 21s.
Yeah, I'm feeling a 6. I reckon.
And then what? Sorry? Faux Pro
What is it?
pizza.
Faux Pro pizzas.
I'm a fan.
Marvel Stadium.
Not a fan.
Channel 7 footy coverage.
Not a fan.
Yeah, I'm like those ones. I'd put like a 4, and for Pro, I'd put like an 8. So I'm sitting at a 6.
Right.
Law of averages.
It's going to go 6 as well.
Do you want to guess as well, Fletch?
Fletcher's
No, he
shaking
just shook his head.
Hawthorn's on the telly.
Fletcher's distracted by Hawthorn on the
Sorry,
telly.
Will Day is on 360 at the moment. And
And I thought I saw it on this. I watched.
Yeah, that's also.
oh, fair play. Well done.
I'm going to say 5 then.
Hat trick. Sam.
Oh wow! I'm not good at wave. Sammy and Hammy, I always knew you guys were hive mind. I always knew you guys thought alike.
Great minds think alike.
Well, thank you for that, Hammy.
No, you're all right.
thank
This has been a fun episode. I feel like
been.
today's just been gather around the fire pit and discuss the footy
It's
together.
getting
Is that
dark.
because there's a fire pit?
It has been getting quite dark as well. I can't really see people
Yeah,
on the other
we should
side of
probably
the
turn
room.
the lights on.
My stomach is grumbling.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I know what I want. I want a South Melbourne dimmy right now.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you've not had one before, go out to, you know what, treat yourself.
Let's be honest. The biggest joke there was you saying people will listen to
Okay,
this.
all 5 people.
Okay.
Go treat yourself.
I mean, I'm driving you home, Sammy. If there's a south place on the way home that gets South Melbourne divvies,
Oh, actually,
we're getting a South Melbourne divvy
I'm
on
driving
the
you
way
to the
home.
station, Flex. I might have to see if there's.
If there's one on the way home. we're getting
Anyway,
one.
that's been this week's episode. Hope you've enjoyed listening to our voices. Sorry about the intro with us burping. That is horrible. But hey, what can you do with the carb loaders?
Nah, keep that in.
Have a good weekend. We'll catch you next week to talk about more things.
Go
food and
Pies,
food
but
related.
this could be very depressing.
Oh,
Sayonara.
yes.
Oh yeah, Colin Hawk this week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are we putting any wagers on the game, boys?
I reckon
If
now that Pendles isn't playing, I reckon Net gets over 30 touches.
If Hawthorn lose, I will.
Anytime now.
I'm trying to think of something on the spot.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
Something for next week's episode. Whichever team loses.
All right.
Yeah. Well, this could be video, actually.
We'll put it on our stories.
Put it on the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out by then.
No,
All right. See you guys next week.
Sayonara.
Bye. I'm scared.
Who ordered the Palmer?